class. So today, for quarter 4 week 2, we are going to discuss trigonometric ratios of special angles. So our objectives are to determine the trigonometric ratios involving special angles by applying the theorem of special right triangles. Then lastly is to compute the numerical values of trigonometric expressions involving special angles. So let us review first. We have the SOHCAHTOA, which stands for sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. On the other hand, the cosecant, secant, and cotangent are reciprocals of the aforementioned three basic trigonometric ratios. So when we say cosecant of theta, we have hypotenuse over opposite. Or ibig sabihin, pinagpalit yung numerator and denominator ng sine. Sa secant, ganun din. Sa cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, sa secant naman is binaliktad. Same with cotangent. So, we can rewrite it by 1 over sine theta. Secant theta, pwede nating isulat as 1 over cosine theta. Cotangent, we have 1 over tangent theta. So, SOHCAHTOA. So, for example, gaya neto, you have the given triangle with measurements 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so looking at the sine theta, so ito yung angle na pinag-uusapan. So, ibig sabihin, ang opposite niya is ito. Ang adjacent niya is 4. And then, our hypotenuse is 5. So, applying the SOHCAHTOA, so opposite over hypotenuse, so we have 3 over 5. Cosine naman is adjacent over hypotenuse, so we have 4 over 5. Number 3, tangent, opposite over adjacent, so we have 3 over 4. So, kapag cosecant, inverse lang naman siya ng sine, so pagbaliktarin nyo lang yan. So, 5 over 3. Same with secant. So, baliktarin lang. So, 5 over 4. Okay? Si cotangent naman, so we have, baliktarin nyo lang tong 3/4 or yung reciprocal niya, we have 4 over 3. 3. Yan. Okay, next. Sine B naman. So, ito yung pag-uusapan naman natin. So, ang opposite niya na would be itong 4. And then, adjacent niya na itong 3. Hypotenuse is same pa rin. So, ang opposite niya is 4 over 5. Tama? Si cosine B naman, adjacent. So, 3 over 5. Tangent, we have 4 over 3. Cosecant, baliktarin nyo lang itong si sine B. So, we have 5 over 4. Secant B, we have 5 over 3. And lastly, si cotangent, we have 3 over 4. Okay. So, anong napapansin nyo dito, class? Tingnan nyo to, oh. Si sine theta is equal to 3 over 5, while cosine beta is equal to 3 over 5. Same with this. Parehas. Si tangent, kaparehas niya si cotangent. Si cosecant, 5/3, we have ito. Nagkapalit. So, ganun lang din yan. May pattern siya tayong masusundan. Okay. So, our lesson 1 is about trigonometric ratios of special angles. So, what do we mean by special angles? These are the angles whose measures are multiples of 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. So, these are special angles contained in the special right triangles. So, ito yon. So, in a 45, 45, 90, so given a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle wherein its legs are both equal to 1 unit, find the length of the hypotenuse using our previous lessons on special right triangles. So, as you can see here, kung ito ay 1, same ang measurement kasi same yung angle nito. So, parehong 1. Diba sa Pythagorean theorem, we have the formula c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Tama? Okay. If we are going to substitute it to solve for c, or yung hypotenuse natin, so we have 1 squared is 1 plus 1 squared. Tama? So, this will become c squared is equal to 2. So, get the square root. So, we have c is equal to square root of 2. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, kapag 45-45 theorem, 45-45-90 triangle theorem, the length of the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times as long as each leg. So for example, kung ang given dito is 5, so automatic itong si B, 5 din. At si hypotenuse is 5 square root of 2. So ganun lang siya. Okay? Malinaw ba? So, yun lang naman ang ibig sabihin ng 45, 45, 90 triangle theorem. So, how about in 30, 60, 90 triangle? So, given the triangle wherein its shorter leg measures 1 unit, find the measurement of the longer leg and its hypotenuse using our previous lesson. So, dito, it states that in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. So, here, ano ba yung shorter leg natin? Diba ito? So, ang hypotenuse class, kapag ganito yung klase ng triangle, ita-times 2 nyo lang dito. So, this will become 2. Okay? While yung longer leg naman is square root of 3 times the shorter leg. So, 1 times square root of 3. So, square root of 3 lang ito. Okay? Okay. For example, ang given naman ay si C, yung hypotenuse. So, for example, siya is 4. So, what is the value of A? Okay, kalahati ni 4, which is 2. And then, dito sa longer leg, ita-times lang natin kay square root of 3. So, the answer here is 2 square root of 3. So, ganun lang siya kasimple, guys. Okay, for example, we are going to determine the exact value of theta, x, and y in the given figure. Then find the 6 trigonometric ratios of the given angles. So, for our solution, so first, we solve for the theta. So, ito muna i-solve natin. So, alam naman natin na yung total nung tatlong angle na to must be equal to 180 degrees, tama? So, 30 plus 90 kasi right angle plus theta is equal to 180. So, we have theta is equal to 180 minus 120 kasi 30 plus 90. Then, transpose na. So, therefore, the value of theta is 60 degrees. So, ganun lang siya, class. Next, let us now solve for x and y using the properties of 30, 60, 90 triangle. O, class, di ba kanina, ang hypotenuse is twice lang nung shorter leg. So, therefore, if we're going to solve for y, 1/2 ni hypotenuse, which is 5. Diba kalahati ni 10 is 5. Okay, after getting the shorter leg, para makuha naman itong si longer leg, saan siya i-multiply? Okay, so i-multiply lang natin siya sa square root of 3. So, therefore, the value of the longer leg or yung x is 5 square root of 3. Okay? So, after knowing the value of the legs, we can now solve for the 6 trigonometric ratios of 30 degrees and 60 degrees. So, 30 degrees muna tayo. So, sine 30 is ito muna, opposite over hypotenuse. So, we have, diba ito ay 5. Yung kabila naman is 5 square root of 3. Okay, so ito muna yung solve natin, ha. So, 5 over 10 or lowest term 1/2. Si cosine 30 naman, adjacent over hypotenuse. So, that will become 5 square root of 3 over 10. Then, lowest term, so square root of 3 over 2 na lang. Kasi, makakancel na to, tama? So, 2. Okay, next. Tangent 30. So, opposite over adjacent. So, 5 over 5 square root of 3 is equal to 1 over square root of 3. Diba? Nakakancel na rin to. Then, rationalize natin by multiplying square root of 3 over square root of 3. So, the final answer would be square root of 3 over 3. Okay? Then, kanina, yung cosecant, di ba, reciprocal lang siya ng sine 30. So, ang reciprocal ni 1/2 is 2. While second, di ba, we have square root of 3 over 2. So, binaliktad na dito. And then, rationalize lang natin. Multiply natin ng square root of 3 over square root of 3. So, the answer here is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Next, sa tangent 30 naman, o babalik rin naman natin itong si square root of 3 over 3. So, by multiplying it to square root of 3 over square root of 3, so magiging 3 square root of 3 over 3. So, cancel na to. So, ang matira na lang is square root of 3. Okay? Next, yung 6 trigonometric ratios of 60 degrees. So, sine 60 degrees. So, kung ito na yung pag-uusapan, diba ito si 60, ang opposite niya is 5 square root of 3. And hypotenuse is 10. So, lowest term, so square root of 3 over 2. Si cosine 60 naman is 5 over 10 is equal to 1/2. Next, si tangent is opposite over adjacent. So 5 square root of 3 over 5. So cancel na to. Ang natira na lang is square root of 3. Cosecant, babalik na rin na to. So this will become 2 square root of 3 over 3. Second 60. Okay, reciprocal ni 1/2 is 2. And cotangent 60, reciprocal na to. Or kabaliktaran. So we have 1 over square root of 3. So multiply it by square root of 3 over 3. So the final answer is square root of 3 over 3. Okay? So as you can see, si sine 30 at si cosine 60 is parehas ang measurement. Si cosine 30 tsaka si sine 60 is parehas ang measurement. Tangent 30 tsaka si cotangent 60 is same yung measurement. Tangent 60 or cosecant 30 degrees is equivalent to secant 60 degrees, and secant 30 degrees is equivalent to cosecant 60 degrees. So, ganun lang, paikot-ikot lang naman yung class. Okay, o dito naman tayo, number 2. So, as you can see, 45 degrees. So, automatic, yung isang angle is 45 also. Okay, so 180 minus 135, so 45 degrees. And then, if we're going to solve for x and y, so, diba sa 45, 45, 90, parehas yung measurement ng legs, and then yung hypotenuse, i-multiply lang natin sa square root of 2. So, okay, so to solve for y, leg times square root of 2. So, we have 6 square root of 2. Okay, next. Si x naman, parehas lang siya ng measurement ng isang leg, diba? So, equals to 6. Okay? Then, the 6 trigonometric ratios of 45. So, kahit ano dyan ang sundin nyo, kung itong theta ba or ito. Kasi same lang din ang measurement, di ba? Okay? So, ang gawin natin is ito. Ito ang tinignan natin. So, 6 over 6 square root of 2 is equal to 1 over square root of 2 or square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Cosine 45, adjacent niya is 6 over hypotenuse is 6 square root of 2. And then we simplify it. So, square root of 2 over 2 pa rin yung sagot. Tangent 45 is opposite over adjacent. So, 6 divided by 6 is equal to 1. Cosecant 45, reciprocal. So, pinagbaliktad lang to. So, therefore, square root of 2 kasi makakancel na to. Next, si secant 45 degrees is equal to 6 square root of 2 over 6. So, same lang din, square root of 2. Kasi makakancel din siya. Then, cotangent 45 is also 1. Okay? So, for your activity, ito yung sasagutan ninyo on your own. Same with this, activity 1.2. Then, another lesson natin would be simplifying trigonometric expressions. So, madali lang naman to. So, how to simplify it? So, for example, number 1, sine 30 degrees plus cosine 60 degrees. So, si sine 30 degrees, kapag pare-parehas lang naman kasi yung value niyan, si sine 30 degrees. Kung natapos nyo to, pwede nyo, kung natapos nyo yung activity 1.2, pwede na kayong tumingin dito. Okay? So, here, so alamin lang si sine 30 degrees, which is 1/2, plus si cosine 60 is 1/2 also. So, 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 1. Next, number 2, cosine 30 degrees minus tangent 45. Si cosine 30 is the square root of 3 over 2. Minus tangent 45 is 1. Okay? So, we have square root of 3 over 2 minus si 1 is ginawa ko siyang 2 over 2 para maging similar fraction. So, madali na lang i-add. Tama, kukopyahin na lang yung denominator. So, the final answer is square root of 3 minus 2 over 2. So, ganyan na siya. Okay? Next. Number 3. Cosecant 30 degrees times sine 30 degrees. So, cosecant is 2. Well, sine 30, so 1/2. So, 2 times 1/2, the answer is 1. Okay, last example. Number 4. 2 times sine 30 degrees plus 3 times cosine 60 degrees minus 3 tangent 45 degrees. So, we have 2 times 1/2 plus 3 times 1/2 minus 3 times 1. Then we simplify it. 2 times 1/2 is 1 plus 3 times 1/2 is 3 over 2 minus 3. Okay? So, kunin yung fraction niya para maging similar. So, ang denominator natin is 2. So, this will become 2 times 1 Kaya siya nag-2 na dito. Si 3, kokopyahin lang. And then 2 times 3. Kaya siya naging 6. So, 2 plus 3 minus 6 is negative 1 over 2. So, yun na yung answer. Negative 1 over 2. Okay? So, for your last activity, ito lang. Fill me in. So, you need to evaluate the exact value for this. And then, kapag nakita nyo yung sagot dito sa baba, yung may GMNPRSTY, o kunwari, for example, sa number 1, ang nakita nyo sagot sa number 1 is, let's say, N. O, yun ang ilalagay nyo dito. Then, makakabuo kayo ng word. Okay? So, I hope you learned something. So, goodbye, class.